For authentic tales of the Old West, watch Frontier at midnight on CBMT Channel 6 Montreal.
CBFT, Canal 2, Montréal.
Musical comedy star Leslie Parrish and comedian Hans Conried are special guests on the Red Skelton Show tomorrow night. Saturday night, Vancouver vocalist Eleanor Collins makes a guest appearance on The Juliet Show. Enjoy The Juliet Show Saturday night on the CBC television network.
This is the CBC television network.
This is the CBC television network.
We pause now for station identification. This is the CBC television network.
This is the CBC television network.
Ici Radio-Canada.
Ici Radio-Canada.
A CBC color presentation. A CBC color presentation.
A CBC color presentation.
A CBC color presentation.
Une émission couleur de Radio-Canada.
Une émission couleur de Radio-Canada.
Une émission couleur de Radio-Canada.
Many people think that our North American emphasis on sex has been at the expense of tenderness and love. Tonight at 10:30, Man at the Center examines the emotions which accompany, or ought to accompany, desire. Join Donald Crowdis and his distinguished group of experts for All You Need Is Love, tonight at 10:30 on Man at the Center. A young vice president cops out of his father's multi-corporation business world to chase the wind, tomorrow night at 10. Weekday, and your host George Finstad will be back after this message. The gift of a potted plant from a beautiful woman starts McQueen off on one of his most bizarre adventures tonight at 9. The woman begs McQueen's help in her quest to get a passport from Ottawa. Join Ted Follows and Don Greenhall tonight at 9 on McQueen. The talk turns to comedy tomorrow night at 10:30 when Irish Coffee chats with comedians, writers, and actresses.
This is CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
This is CBC. This is CBC. This is CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
This is CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
This is CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
Watch Hello, Hello, Part 1, Friday night here on CBC.
Enjoy a Stratford evening and watch The Players, an NFB production about the backstage life of the Stratford Company.
Tonight on CBC.
Believe it or not, the story you're about to see is true.
This pipe is a steam pipe. The heat, the buildings up there, the Toronto Dominion Center, this is where I sleep. It's on the hot steam pipe. And I put 2 boards down. And I put my blanket, and then I put another blanket so my side won't get sore. And then I put a sleep bag. Then I put my tarp over me in case it rains or snow. Biggest part of the night I like, I put the radio on, CBC, Radio Canada, and I listen to the programs like How's It Happen. The best part I like it when it comes to the play, you know, they have some nice plays on there. I wish they could put more plays on so I could stay down here a little longer and stay up late till later instead of going to bed too early.
There really is something for everyone on CBC Radio.
Five years of programs have taken Laurie Jennings and myself from Daniels Harbour, Newfoundland to Prince Rupert in British Columbia.
For most, it's a lonely venture into a land of strange customs.
We focused on the resources of this land, but realized that the real resource is the people. Our executive producer, John Lackey, conceives the ideas, and Laurie and I just love the opportunity to work with directors and film crews from all the regions of Canada to make the programs happen. What is the CBC program, This Land? Well, it's an electronic mirror that reflects the images of this country. I guess it's our way of bringing Canadians together.
As Anik journeys through space, the words remote and isolated are slowly losing their meaning in Canada's north. Canada's northern communities are geographically miles and miles away from the cities of the south. But with the satellite Anik, that distance has now shrunk to 0.3 of a second. CBC and Anik, linking Canada's south with the north by radio and television as never before.
Je parle français à la radio de Radio-Canada.
I speak English on CBC FM radio.
Je parle français à la radio de fréquence modulée de Radio-Canada.
I am the Armed Forces Service.
I am Radio-Canada International, bringing Canada to the world in 11 languages.
I speak English on CBC television.
Je parle français à la télévision de Radio-Canada.
I'm Northern Service Radio, speaking many Northern languages and dialects. I'm also Northern Service Television.
Ici,
CBC.
And all for less than the cost of 1 ounce of maple syrup per person per day. CBC, bringing Canadians together.
sound of music.
Ken Gibson. He's one of those men who has the incredible ability to discover new talent and take it and mold it into success. And I'm the fella that ought to know. Ken Gibson started as a producer introducing new faces on a series called Let's Go. And it's there that the Irish Rovers first met him. And since that time, Ken and the boys have kind of blended together into a friendship that makes working together a pleasure, and a pleasure which we hope that you all can share. I could safely say that if any man has the formula to help make people a wee bit happy, it's your man, Ken Gibson.
Saturday. See top entertainment this Saturday, starting with Happy Days at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in Newfoundland.
September 6th, 1952, CBC Television signed on the air with CBFT Channel 2 in Montreal, and 2 days later with CBLT, then Channel 9 in Toronto. CBC Television has since expanded through microwave and then by satellite, reaching 98% of all Canadians and providing throughout the years outstanding achievements in drama, journalism, music, and entertainment. Over 25 years, CBC's programs have explored the richness of our national cultures and expanded our nation's foremost channel of communication to bring Canadians together as never before. Now, after 25 years, CBC celebrates with a new season of fine programming unequaled in Canadian broadcasting. This fall, the brightest stars, the most original performances, the finest in entertainment and information are part of CBC's Fall 77, a season to celebrate.
This brings to a close our program service for today. CBUT is owned and operated by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and our broadcasting center for British Columbia is at 700 Hamilton Street in Vancouver, with our main transmitter on Mount Seymour. CBUT transmits on Channel 2 in Vancouver with a series of repeater stations utilizing other available channels at Courtenay, Chilliwack, Port Alberni, Bowen Island, Squamish, Hope, Ucluelet, Tofino, Campbell River, Locust Lake, Gold River, Sayward, Was, Nimkish, Tassis, Alert Bay, Port McNeil, Port Hardy, Port Ellis, and Holbert. Other communities in British Columbia receive network service by means of unmanned relay transmitters at Roslyn Trail, Grand Forks, Castlegar, Fruitvale Montrose, Kelly Mountain, Salmo, Cranbrook, Canal Flats, Golden, Invermere, Donald Station, Radium Hot Springs, Spillamachine, Mount Baker, Morrissey Ridge, Fernie, Sparwood Natal, Beaverfoot Range, Mount Hunter, Field, Moyer, Nelson, Crawford Bay, Preston, Bonington, Tabor Mountain, Purdon Lake, Lewes, McBride, Tejon, and Valemount. In addition, through the facilities of the Anik Communications Satellite, designated programs are telecast to stations at Cassiar and Fort Nelson, BC, Whitehorse, Watson Lake, Clinton Creek, Dawson City, Faro, Keno Hill, Mayo, Elsa, and Ross River in the Yukon, Yellowknife, Inuvik, Pine Point, Fort Smith, Fort McPherson, Fort Simpson, Norman Wells, Cambridge Bay, and Coppermine in the Northwest Territories, Uranium City, Saskatchewan, and Fort Churchill, Manitoba. Now this is Bruno Similai speaking on behalf of the staff at CBUT, wishing you a very pleasant good night.
greetings from CBC, British Columbia.
From all of us in sports, have a happy holiday season.
On CBC.
Tomorrow night.
West Coast Adventure, Sundays at 7:30 on CBET TV 9.
This is CBC North.
From everyone at CBC Television, coast to coast, season's greetings.
Tears the town apart. Oakmount High, December 8th.
A Fantasy on Ice, Monday night on CBC Television.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Voici un aperçu des émissions à l'affiche demain à la télévision de Radio-Canada. D'abord, les dessins animés de Faribol, à 10h à votre rythme, 10h15 Passe-Partout, 10h45 Bobino, 11h, Rien que pour vous, 11h30 Roquet Belles Oreilles. Midi, première édition, les actualités régionales et Télexar. Midi 30, Vivre à 3, 13h Terre humaine, 13h30 Dominique La Jeunesse et Normand Harvey animent le magazine Au jour le jour. 14h30, le cinéma présente la plus grande histoire jamais contée. 16h, Félix et Ciboulette. 16h30, les Schtroumpfs. 17h, Jacques Boulanger est aux commandes du train de 5h. 18h, le magazine Ce Soir, les actualités régionales et les nouvelles du sport. 18h30, Avis de recherche reçoit cette semaine Régent Tremblay. 19h, Le Vagabond. 19h30, Poivre et sel. 20h, La Bonne Aventure. 20h30, Le Parc des Braves. 21h, Best Sellers présente le 6e épisode de la mini-série Ellis Island. 22h, le téléjournal et le point. 23h, la météo, les nouvelles du sport et Télexar. Enfin, vous pourrez voir le 3e épisode de la mini-série Le Roi qui vient du Sud. Voilà, mesdames et messieurs, ce que vous réserve demain la télévision de l'heure. Nous vous invitons maintenant à vous joindre aux auditeurs de musique de nuit à CBF FM 100,7.
Ici CBFT, Canal 2, Montréal, une station de la télévision française de Radio-Canada dont le numéro de permis du CRTC est 81 285 86. Les studios de CBFT sont logés dans la maison de Radio-Canada, 1400 Est Boulevard Dorchester, à Montréal. Et l'antenne de diffusion est érigée sur le Mont-Royal. Nos émissions sont aussi diffusées à Mont-Tremblant, Mont-Laurier, Saint-Michel-des-Saints, Parent, Manouane, Obidjiwan, Ouémontachi, Notre-Dame-du-Lot et Mont-Saint-Michel. Bonne nuit à tous.
Oh, des clins d'œil, des clins d'œil, des clins d'œil, des bonjours, des baisers sur tes oreilles partout.
Il me semble que j'ai déjà entendu cette voix.
Ici, Radio-Canada.
Ici, Radio-Canada.
Et vive l'esprit français!
La radio envoie d'hommes et de femmes du temps de guerre et des romans savants. Un hommage aux pionniers. Ce soir, 21h30, maritime 22h30. C'est la première de Ici, Radio-Canada.
CBC, 50 years of telling your story.
Ici Radio-Canada, 50 ans à votre image.
For 50 years, CBC Radio, then CBC Television. Outstanding broadcasting, unforgettable moments. A special celebration November 2nd.
Une émission spéciale, 50e anniversaire. Ici Radio-Canada.
This is CBC Television.
Sunday Report, followed by Venture, tonight on CBC Television. This is CBC Television.
This is CBC Television.
This is CBC Television.
This is CBLN in southwestern Ontario.
I'm David Suzuki. All of us at The Nature of Things bring you season's greetings and wish you a very happy and safe holiday.
envoûtants, tous les prodiges d'une nouvelle saison. Oui, pour vous, nous explorons le temps et fracassons le mur du sang. Pour vous, avant tout, nos plus folles prouesses, une explosion de soir, un tourbillon d'exploit. Notre plus grande promesse, c'est d'aller jusqu'au bout.
La télévision de Radio-Canada.
This is the television service of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, serving the province of Newfoundland with production and transmission facilities located at CBNT St. John's, Channel 8, CBYT Corner Brook, Channel 5, CFLA Goose Bay, Channel 8, and CBN-LT Labrador City, Channel 13, with additional rebroadcasting stations located throughout the province. CBNT Channel 8 St. John's has a power output of 325 kilowatts and serves eastern and southern Newfoundland. In addition, CBNT's program schedule is rebroadcast on CBN-AT Grand Falls, Channel 13, serving central and northern Newfoundland and southern Labrador. These stations are now concluding their broadcast day and will return to the air tomorrow morning. This is Glenn Tilley speaking for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Good night.
CBLT TV in Toronto, Channel 5, Cable 6, an owned and operated station of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, with a picture signal strength of 77,500 watts and a sound signal of 7,500 watts. We would like to hear from you about our programming. Please write to the Program Director, CBLT, 500 Church Street, Toronto, M4Y2C6. This concludes our programming for today. Good night.
CBC. Now every time I watch you gotta hold on me. It happens to be true. I only wanna be with you. Doesn't matter where I go or what I do. I wanna spend this morning, day and night with you.
As Canada's public broadcaster, we're celebrating our service to you.
Look down there, though.
Look way up, and I'll call Rusty. You watch too much American television.
I object.
CBC Television. We're proud to be part of your history.
I'm Peter Dent. Peter Mansbridge. This is Morley Sager.
Hi, I'm Barbara Funk.
Celebrating 40 years of public television for Canadians.
This is CBC, Public Broadcasting.
You are watching CBC Television, London.
SRC, le réseau national.
Ici la SRC.
This is CBC Public Broadcasting.
This is CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Ici Radio-Canada.
Ici Radio-Canada.
You're watching CBC, British Columbia. You're watching CBC, British Columbia.
Hi, I'm Terry Sege.
I'm Rose Arsenault.
And I'm Andy Wilson. We want to wish you and your family the very best this holiday season.
And to thank you for having us into your homes each weeknight, and we hope you'll invite us back in 1996.
Thanks, too, for all those cards and letters over the year. Keep them coming. Season's greetings, everyone.
C'est une production de Radio-Canada.
Day after day, something very special happens right here, right before your eyes. Every day, a uniquely Canadian television network takes to the air. It's distinct. It's essential. It brings Canadians of all ages, of all kinds, together.
Canada's heart.
We hope you have enjoyed today's programming on CBC. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation is proud to serve the communities of Barrie, Beardmore, Chatham, Geraldton, Hornpayne, Huntsville, Kitchener and Paris, London, Manitouwadge, Marathon, Normandale, Owen Sound, Parry Sound, Sarnia, Toronto, Wawa, White River, and Wingham. The Canadian Broadcasting Centre is located at 250 Front Street West, and public tours can be arranged by calling 416-205-8605. If you wish to comment about programming on the CBC or to inquire about attending live tapings of our shows, please contact Audience Relations by phone at 416-205-3700 or by mail at CBC, Post Office Box 500, Station A, Toronto, Ontario, M5W 1E6. The CBC Internet homepage address is http://www.cbc.ca. We hope you have enjoyed today's programming on CBC. Good night from CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
Ici la Société Radio-Canada.
Ici Radio-Canada.
Ici la Société Radio-Canada.
This is the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
Ici Radio-Canada.
You are watching CBC Television.
You are watching CBC Television.
Le midi, en semaine à midi.
Ici Radio-Canada. The National, tonight at 10.
Ici Radio-Canada. Ici.
You are watching CBC Television, Canada's own.
This is CBC Television, Canada's own.
This is CBC Television, Canada's own.
This is CBC Television, Canada's own.
It's Comedy Friday on CBC, starting at 7 with back-to-back episodes of Mr. Bean, followed by The Red Green Show at 8. At 8:30, it's Made in Canada, and Just for Laughs at 9. It's Comedy Friday on CBC.
You're watching CBC Television, celebrating 50 years.
Radio-Canada depuis 50 ans.
Zone libre, dans un instant.
Ici Radio-Canada.
CBC, with 180 Gemini Award nominations. 3 back-to-back movies on CBC's Movie Night in Canada tonight. The 2004 Olympic Summer Games, beginning August 13th on CBC, Canada's own Olympic Network.
Hey, you! Give me that pierogi banger! Get back here!
СТС в 2008 году.
See you again because...
Jour après jour, un événement unique se reproduit. Ici même, sous vos yeux. Chaque jour, le plus vaste réseau de télévision au pays prend son essor. Son caractère est distinctif. Son regard essentiel. Il rassemble des gens de tout âge et de toute origine. Un ensemble dont vous êtes le cœur et l'unique raison d'être.
CBC, Canada lives here.
CBC, Canada lives here.
Dès le 10 septembre, Radio-Canada, haute définition.
Dragon's Den. A year of the dragons. Out of the den. The season finale of Dragon's Den. Sunday at 8 on CBC. The National starts now on CBC. On the season premiere of Arctic Air, danger reaches new heights. Arctic Air, Tuesday at 9 on CBC.
Ici Radio-Canada.
Une émission couleur de
Ici
Radio-Canada.
La télé de Radio-Canada a toujours fait partie de nos vies. Elle s'est transformée, elle a évolué, elle a grandi. Elle a fait des petits qu'on a adoptés, dont on ne peut plus se passer. Tous ensemble, on vous raconte le monde, votre monde. On crée des histoires qui vous touchent, qui vous ressemblent. On écrit vos histoires, on écrit notre histoire.
Action!
Parce que tous ensemble, nous sommes Radio-Canada.
Bonne émission! On doit te dire quoi, là? T'arrêtes ou tu sors?
Y'a personne qui aime pas ça, gagner.
Je m'appelle Nougat.
Dans plusieurs situations.
Fait que t'es allé où?
Bienvenue dans l'univers virtuel de Code Max.
Sortez immédiatement de la maison!
La télé à Radio-Canada, c'est tout ça. Et c'est pour nous.
Ici, c'est Radio-Canada.
This is a CBC podcast.
Diffuseur public.
Bonsoir tout le monde, bienvenue à
Our lead story tonight is
Ici Explore.
J'ai commencé à Radio-Canada quand j'avais 14 ans. C'est une longue histoire d'amour, Radio-Canada et moi.
CBC was the only channel on television when I was growing up.
C'est un icône et c'est un logo que tout le monde connaît.
CBC is a cornerstone in people's lives. They rely on it.
We're focusing on content and programming that reflect our community.
C'est un ADN de crédibilité, de pertinence, de transparence avant tout. Ça définit chacun des employés, mais ça définit aussi le public qui nous regarde.
We serve the public. We are here because of the public. What CBC Radio-Canada does on a daily basis is that it makes a difference in people's lives.
Pour moi, Radio-Canada, ça a toujours été la référence en termes d'information.
Tonight on CBC News.
I think when people think of CBC, there's an immediate trust, which is something that we do not take for granted. It's something that we've built over time.
Creativity. It isn't obvious. There's a magic in that aha moment. That's what ignites my fire.
T'es toujours appelé à être créatif pour pouvoir bien véhiculer ton message. Les équipes, les collègues, c'est ce qu'il y a de plus précieux et de plus important.
De savoir qu'on a tous un rôle à jouer pour rejoindre le téléspectateur, l'auditeur, puis que ma contribution a un impact, peu importe mon rôle dans l'organisation. Ça, pour moi, c'est vraiment important.
It's amazing. When we resonate in our local communities, we touch the people's hearts. And that's what really is important in our neighborhoods.
C'est ça le mandat de Radio-Canada, d'informer les gens d'un océan à l'autre, en anglais, en français et ici dans les territoires du Nord-Ouest aussi, dans les langues autochtones.
Because our environment and our lives and our cultures are so unique to us, we have to be able to tell those stories with the people that live here.
Savoir que Radio-Canada veut représenter l'image du Canada d'aujourd'hui, c'est important.
We're not just faces around the pitch table in meetings. They're so open to hearing our voices.
Les opportunités sont grandes. C'est une organisation qui veut changer, mais qui veut rester tellement pertinent.
It's probably the best job in the world.
Je trouve que c'est magnifique de voir la roue qui tourne. Fait que la fierté, elle s'inscrit vraiment dans le fait d'appartenir à l'histoire.
You are watching the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020, on CBC.
Vous regardez les Jeux olympiques de Tokyo 2020 à Radio-Canada.
Copyright 2021.
You are watching the Olympic Winter Games, Beijing 2022, on CBC.
Vous regardez les Jeux olympiques d'hiver de Beijing 2022 à Radio-Canada.
You are watching the Paralympic Winter Games Beijing 2022 on CBC.
As a veterinarian than to have a problem, to do something about it, and have an animal that's better at the end of the day.